institutions of higher learning. I thought it was to have these thought-provoking discussions and eye-opening curriculum. Not so much. California Medical School's history of unethical experiments. That's an understatement. Let's tell you a little bit about it. Notable California Medical School apologizing for subjecting inmates to unethical experiments during the 60s and 70s. So what does that mean? Unethical, it's a soft-pedaled word. Experiment. California Medical Facility was the first prison hospital in the country. This is in Vacaville, California. It's where two dermatologists employed by the University of San Francisco experimented on over 2,600 inmates by using pesticides and herbicides on their skin and injecting it into their veins. It's hard to fathom. This went on, and people conspired together and thought it was okay. They did. University's program for historical reconciliation. Okay, they have a department for that, issued a report about the experiments earlier this month, writing that the doctors engaged in, quote, questionable informed consent practices. Who I need to know, and I'm gonna read the rest of the statement, but I need to know, Ben, I really want an investigation. Who wrote that garbage? Who wrote that sentence? Who then read it and said, I greenlight it. Questionable informed consent practices. They injected people with pesticides without their consent. Questionable? It's insanity. Did you?
Yeah, it's literally a violation of international law. Like you can't just be like testing inmates with like it's literally mind-numbing. It's literally mind-numbing. Like this is the type of thing that people would get charged at the International Criminal Court with. Like this is not like a small, not a small deal. So calling it questionable is really like, it just speaks to the language, because it's an institution of power. It's a medical school, it's a prison. These are government institutions. These are, and if it's an institution of power doing it, then it's questionable, right? Then it's questionable, because heaven forbid we have, people that are actually like, call this stuff out. And calling it historical, the 1970s, I mean, come on. If you know people that are old enough to have seen the first Star Wars movie come out, okay, these people are still alive. It's not historical, right? Like where are the criminal charges?
Yeah, just stop lying. Stop these falsehoods, this drama. Let's just get down to it, okay? The rest of the statement goes on to say they performed procedures on men who did not have any of the diseases or conditions that the research aimed to treat, okay? They were just guinea pigs. And I don't think guinea pigs should be treated this way either. How about that? San Francisco Chronicle first reported the program's findings on Wednesday. The experiments were carried out by researchers, Dr. William Epstein on the left there. He died in 2006, and Dr. Howard Maibach on the right, who is still employed with the University of San Francisco. Say what now? It is unclear if Maibach will face any disciplinary action. Discipline, how about you go to the prison now? How about you go there since you like it so much? Is this not more insanity? I just told you who they were, Ben. One of them still works for the University of San Francisco. Is tenure that difficult to get rid of?
I know tenure can't protect you from like criminal charges, okay? Like that's like in what world? In what world? I mean, like, but it's like, look, he's an old white guy, right? So, and this is the United States of America, right? And he's a university professor, like, so, like, this is infuriating. And the people he victimized were prisoners.
Yep. And before people sitting at home, well, they probably aren't our viewers, but what the hell? Say, well, they were in prison. These are not good people. These are the worst people. Do we need to remind people of who gets cuffed and put behind bars in this country? Okay, folks, I don't really need to go there, right? It's just incredible that this is still going on. And if the university wants to hang its hat on that, I don't know why there would be this program and historical findings or whatever it was called. Okay, it's all this whole facade of nonsense and criminality. To me, it's criminality. I don't know what the penal code is, but I say it's criminality.